What's going on, bee risers? I hope you all can see me there. We got the birds, the bees, the sun. It's a beautiful day. And I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're talking about how to heal using your 6 senses. A lot of people think that we have 5 senses. But we're going to get into the 6th sense. And we're going to talk about how to heal using your senses. A lot of people have been unaware of really how we can use our senses to heal and to better our lives. And so I'm here to share that with you today. And there's so many people that maybe have low moods, low states. You know, all of us go through different emotions and moods. And even it depends on the seasons too. A lot of times you'll see that in colder climates up north where I am, you know, a lot of moods can be lowered, especially in the winter time where there's less sun. And we're going to talk about how the sun is so important with our health and our senses. And so we're going to kind of fly right into it, but it is important to understand that our mood and our senses and even our 6th sense is all connected. The whole body's connected. So I'm always looking at a holistic approach when it comes to health, healing, the mind, body, spirit. So starting with the senses, we can look at our eyes. And you know, what does that mean? How can we heal with our eyes? Well, we are visual creatures, and what we are looking at can either bring health to our body or stress, negativity. And that can impact all of our cells. So we want to really look at positive, inspiring people, because what we're tuning into is going to affect how we feel. So we want to make sure that we are tuning into positive people and not looking at negative images or negative fear-based images. We want to look at positive, healthy images. And when you look at, when I even can notice a difference in my mood if I tune in to, if I look at something negative, right away that plays on my emotions. So it's important to recognize where your eyes are focusing, what your eyes are focusing on. And the next sense is your hearing, right? So I can hear lots of birds around me, and it's a beautiful sound. So we want to look at vibration, right? Nikola Tesla, genius, and he talked a lot about vibrations because he understood in terms of physics that sound and vibration can either raise frequencies or lower frequencies. So what we're listening to is especially important. And how that can heal you is listening to calming, peaceful sounds and not listening to, being aware of the vibrations you're tuning into, even music. There are a lot of artists out there that are putting out healthy sounds, healthy vibrations and frequencies. But there's a lot of news out there, even on the television, that's putting out unhealthy vibrations, and that can affect our body, our cells, on so many levels. The next, and one of the most important of our senses, is taste, right? A lot of you guys know that I do eat a lot of color-rich foods, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. And color is important, right? If we bring it back to our eyesight, our senses, we love to look at color, whether that's colorful leaves, colorful flowers, colorful fruits. We are naturally attracted to color for a reason, and that is health. If we are eating lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, that's going to take out a lot of mucus, right? And you guys know mucus in the body creates a lot of inflammation, a lot of dis-ease. And we want free flowing energy at all levels when it comes to health, right? Letting out our emotions too. And really, when it comes to taste, we want to make sure that we are putting in healthy foods into our body, because that is our fuel, which is going to help us think a lot more clearly. And we're going to tie that in with the pineal gland in a minute here. But it's important to eat a lot of healthy foods, lots of grapes, berries, lots of antioxidants, phytochemicals, these foods hit from the sun. Powerful foods on the body that can help us to detox, cleanse the body, and also cleanse our pineal gland. The next sense is what we're breathing in, the air, through our airways, our nose, right? Air, I talk a lot about food, but air is even more important. We want oxygen-rich air, from getting in lots of, getting in the forest, getting into the trees, smelling the flowers. Take time to smell the flowers, smell the roses. Now, how this can help our cells is oxygen-rich foods, as well as air, getting in lots of oxygen-rich air, can create an alkaline environment. And what we see is disease and acids, parasites cannot survive in an oxygenated alkaline environment. So we want to make sure that we're deep breathing and we're bringing in lots of oxygen-rich air and breathing it right, taking a deep breath right from our spine, bringing it into our body so all our cells get this oxygen-rich air and can be healthy and thrive. And it is important that we get out, go for walks in nature, and just breathe more, because even stress is acidic to the body, can cause a lot of inflammation. So we want to relax, go in a peaceful environment, and that's going to release a lot of stress. Now, the next sense, touch, right? So we want to look at hugging, hugging people, and that's the love vibrations. We want to surround ourselves with loving people. And if even hugging ourselves, we need to start loving ourselves more and start spending some time with ourselves, and really also looking at what we are putting on, what we are putting on our skin too. We want to make sure that it's not harsh chemicals going on that skin of ours. I love using 100% coconut oil, right? Even aloe vera. It's super hydrating for the skin. And most importantly, we want to look at our sixth sense, which is the pineal gland. So you guys may have heard about DMT, or the pineal gland. If you haven't, the pineal gland is located in the center of our brain, between the two hemispheres. And this is an important gland because it releases hormones. Dimethyltryptamine, DMT. Ancient civilizations knew that this is a psychedelic drug that is really the gateway to the spiritual realm. And how does this connect with healing the body? Well, if we look at the pineal gland, it's shaped like a pine cone. The pineal gland releases several hormones sleep hormones, right? That are like serotonin, the feel-good hormone. And what happens is if the pineal gland becomes calcified, then that can definitely affect our sleep patterns, our mood, and affect us from, our intuition, our higher consciousness, and connecting with our true spirit. So that why is it so important that like the sixth sense, the pineal gland, is probably one of the most important senses. And how does it become calcified? Well, if we look at the water that we're drinking, another sense, taste, the water that we're drinking, we want to make sure that there's no fluoride or chlorine. Although, there's lots of chlorine out there. But these are acidic molecules that can calcify the pineal gland, as well as a lot of foreign foods out there. A lot of mucus in the body can also cause a lot of calcifications. So we want to make sure that we are drinking spring water, reverse osmosis, or water with a high alkaline pH. And be aware of what we're drinking, putting on our skin, the foods that we're eating, what we're listening to, and what our eyes are looking at. And we also want to take care of that pineal gland because it's so important for sleep. And it's so important to get out in the sun as well. They have, even if you look at neuroscience, they have found that the pineal gland contains phytoreceptors that are similar to our own eyes. And what they're finding is that it needs light activation, right? That can also help with our sleep. So it is important to look at health on all these levels and take into account our senses and how that affects our bodies, right? Our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, and then the spiritual body. And we want to make sure that we are giving our body everything it needs to thrive. And so you may have to spend some time going over, what is really bothering you and addressing some issues or stress in your life and looking at reducing stress, right? And really analyzing what you're tuning into. Are you tuning into fear-based news or people? You want to really look at focusing on positive, happy, inspiring people and giving your body's healthy foods so we can activate that pineal gland and tap into our true intuition. They call the pineal gland really the seed of the soul. And ancient civilizations knew this, and they were very much aware of connecting with themselves as well as these other realms, right? And if you look at even ayahuasca, what they're doing, although some people can't handle it because it releases a lot out of you, connects you with that shadow side to yourself. And some people can't handle that. So we really want to look at ancient civilizations like the Egyptians. Even if we look at the Vatican, they have a big statue of a pine cone, which the pineal gland is shaped like a pine cone, and realize how powerful this gland is, especially when it comes to our health. So recognize that all of your senses, tune into all of your senses and make sure that you are giving your bodies everything it needs to fully thrive and heal. Get out into nature, get that sunlight on you, and feed your body healthy, whole foods from Mother Nature. When you do that, we'll all be rising.